All right, the Celtics are moving on to the second round of the playoffs, and they will play one of two teams. It's going to be the Knicks or the Pistons. By the time you're hearing this, you'll probably know, or maybe you don't. But this is going to be us previewing the Knicks series because as we're recording this, the Knicks are up 3-2. So you will either get the preview of what the next series actually will be, or you will get a Knicks preview today and a Pistons preview tomorrow to preview both of the Celtics' potential matchups. But we're starting with the Knicks. We're going to look at some film, and we're going to take a look at the ways the Celtics can beat the Knicks. Sam, I'll let you give your initial thoughts on the Knicks, even though I think anybody who watches the channel knows your initial thoughts on the Knicks.
Knicks are not good against the Celtics. They are not good. Celtics have really owned them this year. They have had some of their more dominant wins against the Knicks. I think the first three games, the Knicks failed to even crack single digits at the end of the game. Of course, game 4 goes to overtime at MSG. Celtics still end up winning it. They did a really good job of closing that one out against a team that has shown throughout this first round series that they are very good at the end of games, right? Like the reason why on Thursday, May 1st, the Knicks are up 3-2 on the Pistons is because they have executed well down the stretch. Jalen Brunson has played really well in the fourth quarter of these games, and the Celtics in the regular season managed to outdo them in a late game situation at MSG. So that was pretty good. Overall, like I have it in front of me. Just about everybody on the Celtics played tremendous against the Knicks this year. And we can start there.
Do you have the stats? Do you want to go through them? If you have them in front of you, please.
Yeah, so Jason Tatum, I think, averaged more points against the Knicks than any other team this year. 33.5 per game, 53.5% from the field, 47.8% from three, 7 assists, 6.8 rebounds. He was unbelievable. Like, opening night was the ultimate just shit kicking of the Knicks after it was only like a month of that at that point because the Cat trade happened very late in the offseason, but it was a lot of like it was actually in the preseason that the trade happened, right? Like Randall,
I think so.
It was right before training camp or something like that.
I think it was before preseason because I think they played in the preseason.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. There was like the little like fight. Rick Brunson was involved. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. The Celtics come out on opening night. All of the buzz was this is going to be the team that pushes the Celtics this year. This is the team that is the other team to beat in the East, and the Celtics win by 1 billion. They make 1,000,000 threes. Tatum has this unbelievable game after an entire summer of being ridiculed because of Team USA and being corny after they win a championship, and he makes a statement on national television. He continued that dominance all season long. He has that big game at MSG, the Saturday primetime game. He literally starts the game with a monster poster dunk on Precious Achiuwa. It was very mean. So he has been nothing if not confident against a pair of wings that are supposed to be Jay's stoppers. Not good for those that were all in on the overpay of Bridges. And Anunoby's been good for them, but Bridges, not good.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the ways Tatum has gotten his buckets against the Knicks. Because I think it's pretty important in understanding why this Knicks team hasn't fared well, against the Celtics. I'll pull this up. So I have the Celtics win in OT against the Knicks, which we can look at Tatum's buckets in, and I also have that game where I believe they were the game you referenced where they posted or where he posted Precious. They were without Porzingis and Al, I think.
Yes, because Luke started.
Yes.
Porzingis was supposed to play, but he was sick that day. It came out like last minute.
Yes. So let me pull up these clips first to take a look at quick.
I mean, you could have picked any game this year. You were going to find banger Jason Tatum highlights against this team. He just owned them. And Porzingis, as we speak, was the second leading scorer. He was incredible in the 2 games he played against the Knicks. 24.5 on 50-45 splits, and he has that just bombs away game at MSG in the overtime game. But Tatum was the top man for sure.
All right, here it is. You will have seen this clip a few minutes ago when I overlaid it over our chats. But this is the big poster, obviously Tatum on Achiuwa, and I mean it's a good indicator, and you can see why Tatum is so effective against the Knicks. Immediately, Cornette comes to screen, and Tatum is left in a one-on-one situation against Cat. First play of the game, 11:15, Tatum versus Cat. This right here, we could stop the video right now. This is why the Celtics are a better matchup and have dominated the Knicks.
That's the thumbnail, like red circle, red arrow, like right there. That's the reason.
This right here is going to be one of the red arrows for sure. And then obviously you know what happens after this. See you later and monster. But actually, this is the red arrow.
See, Tatum versus Knicks season summary. That still image.
That right there. But I bet like the more we go into this, and the reason I wanted to bring up the April 8th, I think it was game 2, or maybe it was the 9th. No, I think it was the 8th, is because he largely cooked Anunoby in that game. It wasn't even him playing in the matchups he liked. But then again, you see another Cornet screen, another one-on-one matchup. Cat is dropping back. Tatum can step into an easy three. These are the threes we talked about on opening night that he was getting to because the Knicks play drop defense. You keep look, it's just Cornet screen, Cat versus, Tatum, and then Mikal Bridges eventually gets cooked, but it's because he was behind the play at this point. It's because he got screened out of the play. He just got his bearings back, and he was finally getting back, and then Tatum shifted his weight around again. So and also Cornet seals off Cat at the rim. So it's just these matchups are why the Celtics have had so much success against the Knicks.
I mean, that's like a heat check one, in fairness to the Knicks, but it was funny watching them try and scramble around the pick. The bad night for Precious Achiuwa, by the way. Just feels kind of mean. He probably won't even play in this series.
Man, he went stumbling and bumbling. Like, we don't even have to look at defense because I don't care how many points the Knicks put up. The Celtics get good shots every time because they can't guard. The Knicks can't guard for a team like Tibbs. And look, again, Brunson and Cat in the pick and roll, you lose. You're done. You can't, like, what can you do? Best part about this is if you want to say Josh Hart needs to help over, then you leave Al Horford butt naked in the corner. And Tatum still had that. He could have had an open three or an open dunk on this play. Tatum, the Celtics on this one play could have had an Al Horford corner three or a Jason Tatum dunk. And they'll have that on 80% of possessions. A team that gives that up consistently cannot win consistently. And then you look here again. Cat screen to where he's in the play. And another, it's dunk after dunk. It's play after play. That's the point. Cat can't guard. Brunson can't guard. And then if they do get help from guys on the corner or help out of the corner, the Celtics will just get open threes. We can look at the next game too, because I think this is almost even more important because it is largely, I mean, obviously, or these are Porzingis threes, excuse me. I want to look at the Tatum ways he scored against OG Anunoby because I think people need to understand that he can score in other ways when it's not just against the matchups that are favorable.
Correct.
So we can take a look at that as well. So I'll pull those up. Because he was doing this to the guys that the Knicks employed to stop him. Right, like this is obviously you'd prefer to get the Cat matchup, you'd prefer to get the Brunson matchup, but he was doing this against the players that the Knicks literally brought in so they could stop him. Hart gets the rebound here, White grabs the ball, and then obviously this is just a scramble three. But as we get deeper into the game, you see him attacking the mismatches more. OG Anunoby presses out so far to take away Tatum's threes. I don't know why he's pressed out so far. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because then Tatum just gets into the mid-range. I mean, it's a tough shot, so credit OG Anunoby for bringing him to a tough shot, but those are the shots we saw make him against the Magic over and over again. We'll skip the transition plays and focus on the half-court offense. I think this is something I did a video on. OG Anunoby is so worried about Tatum going right and taking the screen that Tatum rejects the screen, and then OG Anunoby is out of the play, and then he just gets a pull-up three. Like, Tatum is just so good at reading what defenses want to take away and what they want to do that he has been able to dissect this Knicks defense time and time again.
So you can hit play here. This stretch of the game is just Tatum like messing around. Like he's just doing post fades. Like this was a Larry Bird type showing, not from like a heroic standpoint, from just like what he was doing. The moves he was doing is the type of thing you see in those old Bird mixtapes. Like that shot at the buzzer is almost a carbon copy of something Bird did. I don't know. I think it was against the Blazers or something. I did an article about it for this game because I just thought it was so funny the way he just decided to torch them. These guys, as Jack said, were employed just to have Tatum in hell. And they have not done a very good job. He's actually been in heaven. He sees these guys, and it's like the best thing ever. Bridges and Anunoby have not done a good job of guarding Tatum at all this year.
And I mean, like I said, some of these shots are tough, but he's making them anyways. He picked on Bridges a lot late in this game because he's just got a longer wingspan. And those are the shots he was making over Paolo and Franz in the Magic series a lot. So expect a lot of those in this next series, should they play the Knicks. Which I guess if this video is out, you're assuming they will or won't. But yeah, just an incredible series from Tatum. And then the other part I think is important, and we don't have to look at too much else because we're going to have a little bit of a few days to fill. Regardless, I think this is important to look at as well. Kristaps Porzingis just wrapped up a series against the Magic where he struggled a lot. And in this series against the Knicks, I think it will be a chance for him to bounce back and have much more of an impact because of the defense the Knicks play against stretch bigs. It is a lot of Karl Anthony Towns and drop trying to stop the drive. And when that happens, Porzingis is free to sort of step back and own the space behind the 3-point line as he so pleases. So we can take a look at that. Knicks running a double big lineup here. And Mitchell Robinson drops back to stop a Peyton Pritchard drive and gives up an open three to Kristaps Porzingis. Again, Mitchell Robinson dropping back on the drive here. If Peyton Pritchard can create the gravity needed to get Porzingis open from three because of the Knicks defense, imagine what happens when Jason Tatum or Derek White has the ball in their hands. Take a look here. Jason Tatum's gravity takes both Knicks defenders into the paint. Look at this. Look at this. Look how terrified the Knicks are of Jason Tatum. Do you see this? Do you see
As
what
they
I'm
should
looking
be.
at? Look at this. Yeah, but you know what the problem with this is?
You can't really
There's
close out on
also
Porzingis because
no.
he's
There's
massive.
also a guy down here. Look at Cat. Why are there two defenders following Tatum into the paint when Cat is already there? What are we doing? This makes no sense. And guess what? Cat was guarding Cornette. Cornette's not going to shoot the three anyways. This is embarrassing. Look at this defense. Look at this. Look at this. Why are you following him? This guy, Cat's not guarding a shooter. If it was Horford, it'd be one. Ugh.
Let's not pretend like Josh Hart is like a terrible defender. Not to say he's physically as imposing as Anunoby when it comes to guarding Tatum, but like he's not a bum. Like they shouldn't be panicking there. Man, Porzingis is just such a cheat code in this. There is a lot of if that goes into this whole wrinkle to this video because Porzingis wasn't great. Like if he gets his confidence back, he can be really effective against the Knicks. But he owned them in the games he played. After he came back from injury, he played the final two games. He just had this game, which was a monster performance. I think since joining the Celtics, he has been very good in MSG. I know his debut was very good. I don't know about the filler games, but this was another good one. He just likes kind of playing in front of the hostile crowd. He has a little something extra for him. Didn't end well in New York for him. I mean, this is the play of the game. The bomb.
That one's just mean. That one's just disrespectful. And he knows it too. Look at his little look at it.
He's such a troll.
He knows he's just hit some stupid shit. Look at him. He's like, oopsies.
He puts the one finger. I love when he does the finger.
Guys, what are we doing? Derek White didn't even have control of the ball here.
Truthfully, if you have the Celtics starting five on the floor, you can run a pick and roll with a ball handler being guarded by Brunson and the screener being guarded by Towns and just call it a day. That's how easy it is.
The Knicks are cooked. The Knicks are cooked, man. I don't know what else to say. Is there any other thing you wanted to look at? I mean, we'll have plenty more time to look at more film. I think those are the major points that I wanted to focus on for this, but the Knicks just can't guard. And I think it's as simple as that for New York.
Final point. The Knicks can't guard, and it doesn't get better when they go to their bench, which they don't really want to do in a playoff series.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, too.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think of this potential Knicks matchup or Knicks matchup. If by the time you're listening to this, the Celtics are definitely playing the Knicks. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, tell us what you're thinking about a potential Knicks matchup, and subscribe. Hit the bell. We're here every single day with new content, so as the playoffs roll on, we'll be here no matter what. Stick around for it all. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game, and other videos like this one are on the channel in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find the two of us streaming here for pregame a half hour before tip-off every single time, hanging out with the chat, doing prize picks, doing GeoGuessr. It's a lot of fun. You don't want to miss any of it. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. We're doing all of our pods and recaps up there audio only. So if you just want the audio, you're all good. Follow. It'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We're reading all your emails every single time we do a pod recording. So get them in. Let us know how you're feeling ahead of the second round, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jack's1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco. Come on. Taco.